Hello, everybody. So I'm looking at an article, and it's about this that never seems to end and it never seems to rest. So it's about Michael Jackson's accusers, lawsuit revived by appeals court. And so I was looking at this yesterday and I was thinking, wow, I mean, these two men are persistent. And, the only thing you can get out of this is probably money. And that is the only thing that you can get because Michael Jackson is no longer with us, physically. But whatever he's left behind, assets, anything having to do with money or anything having to do with his estate or anything having to do with whatever legacy that he has left behind is all that is left of Michael Jackson. And so what is happening now, there is a revived lawsuit, and we'll get into why this lawsuit has been revived. So there's a few reasons why this lawsuit has been revived. So Michael Jackson's accusers lawsuit revived by appeals court. And so there's been a lot of new changes in 2020 with laws, and there's been a lot of new rules or things that were in 2019 are no more, or they are now revamping a lot of the new laws, and some of the things that had happened from 2019 were in the works of beginning making changes to some of the laws. And so this might have even been before then, but let's read it. So an appeals court has revived two lawsuits accusing Michael Jackson of child abuse after California extended the statute of limitations. So this is sort of probably getting into a change that they have created. So the suits were filed by James Safechuck and Wade Robson, the two men whose claims were the subject of 2019 HBO documentary Leaving Neverland. In a ruling on Friday, so a three-judge panel of California's Second Appellate District reversed two rulings dismissing their lawsuits against Michael Jackson's companies MJJ Productions and MJJ Ventures Inc. So we're glad that the appellate court recognized the very strong protections that California has for kids, and we look forward to litigate these cases to trial, said Vince Finaldi, who is the attorney, or he is now the acting attorney for the plaintiffs. So Robson sued in 2013 and Safechuck sued in 2014. So the trial court dismissed both of these cases because California's law required that such cases be filed before the accuser's 26th birthday. So that has now changed. So that gets into what I was talking about, how a lot of new laws are in place now. But in October, Governor Gavin Newsom signed a law extending the deadline to age 40. So we were talking about that yesterday, we as in some people or friends and people of mine, that now if something happened to you and you wanted to go to the law, you wanted to sue for damages and what have you, having to do with child sexual abuse, and if it's been years, you used to have until before age 26. Now it has been extended. So let's say you're 26 and you're thinking, oh, I can't file now. That is no more. You can go all the way to almost close to about age 40, and if you still want to file suit, you have all the wherewithal to do so. And so that being of since October, Governor Gavin Newsom signed a law extending the deadline to age 40. So the law took effect on Wednesday, and that is of 2020. So of the new year. So the appeals court heard argument on the case in November, And then the court issued a tentative ruling indicating that it would revive and sustain in light of the new law. So the court made the ruling final on Friday. So the attorneys for Jackson's company, Howard Weitzman, said in a statement on Friday that the lawsuit absurdly claims that Michael's employees are somehow responsible for the sexual abuse that never happened. So the ruling was that the result of a change in the law signed by Governor Gavin Newsom that extends the time for the genuine victims to file claims, Weissman said. So the court appeals specifically did not address the truth of these false allegations, and we are confident that both lawsuits will be dismissed and that Michael Jackson will be vindicated once again, which is crazy because they just seem to keep bringing and resurfacing and bringing up this whole issue all over again, and on every level it has been dismissed. So we don't know what's going to happen with this. We shall see. So going on further, the two men had also sued Jackson's estate, and the claims against the estate were also dismissed on the statute of the limitations grounds, and that they were not revived by appellate ruling. Jackson died in 2009, and the change in the state law did not affect the window for the filing of sex abuse claims in probate court. So Finaldi argued that it is appropriate to go after the two loan out companies because they actually employed all these people that surrounded him that enabled and facilitated this abuse. So basically it seems as though now that they're no longer able to really physically, you cannot go after someone that is dead unless you go after their estate or their property. But now the people who are still alive or still around, supposedly, are people that Michael Jackson employed. And so they feel as though that they're going to go after those companies that employed them, and then those specific employees, they were enablers, in other words. So the Jackson's estate is also suing HBO in federal court for allegedly breaching a 1992 non-disparagement agreement by airing the documentary. The trial judge granted the estate's motion to take the dispute to arbitration, but HBO has appealed that ruling, arguing that the estate is seeking to thwart its First Amendment right to air claims of the sexual child abuse. And so it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It just never seems to go away. It is like a thorn that is forever lodged in a person's bottom. It just never goes away. It's a pain in the butt. So this is so frustrating, but it is true. So this is what is happening. So be looking out for this and what is going to come of this. With that, having said that, thanks for listening.